Wilton Town Talks. I'm your host, Lucas,
I'm Rafi.
and today we're here with our special guest, Nick Foster.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be
Of
here.
course. So, I haven't been to the Wilton Historical Society in a very long time. Is there anything new, anything that's changed?
Yeah, so I'm assuming the last time you were there was the fifth grade tour,
Yeah.
probably the field trip. Yeah, that's when most people have been there last. A lot has changed, actually, probably since you guys were in fifth grade. We've updated a lot of the exhibits, but we've also really updated our outreach and our programming. So we were, just in the past few years, have really started to do more out in the community. Everybody kind of drives past the Historical Society and goes, oh, I've driven past this every day for 5 years, but I haven't been in yet. And we realized that we needed to meet people sort of where they were. So recently we started going out to the Wilton Farmers Market. We were at the Wilton Pride 5K a few weeks ago. And we're really trying to get out and bring history to people because we realize not everybody can stop in. But we've also been changing the building a lot. We have some brand new exhibits that we've installed in the last 2 or 3 years that will be rotating pretty consistently. So the period rooms, sort of the old antique spaces that everybody probably associated with us have changed a lot. But we're hoping to really redo those spaces and make more relevant exhibits. So there's actually one opening up later in November that was funded by the local Kiwanis Club.
Oh, wow. What's that exhibit about?
So it's called Puzzle Pieces, and it's looking at Wilton sort of collectively and looking at all the little things that make Wilton Wilton. How we define ourselves as Wiltonians probably is unique to each individual person. And with the town changing a lot since 2020, we've had a lot of new people move in. We want to make sure that people moving to this area or people whose families lived here for generations kind of sees themselves as belonging in the community. So the exhibit is exploring a bunch of different things like community organizations, schooling, for example, town government, religious groups, just all the things that help sort of weave together that make the fabric of Wilton, we want to explore so that anyone who comes into the space can kind of see themselves as a Wiltonian depending on how they interact with everyone in the community.
I know you had some events and exhibits. I was looking out on the website a couple days ago. Can you tell me more about the events that you have there?
Yeah, so we have events sort of fun for all ages, so to speak. Our next upcoming event is Tavern Night. That's 21 plus, so sorry guys. But it's an event where we're going to have food and drink inspired by colonial menus. We'll have colonial games. We're going to do some historic trivia with a chance to win some prizes. So it's sort of inspired by Wilton's colonial taverns, which were one of the buildings we have on the property. The Sloan Fitch Raymond House was a tavern actually during the Revolutionary War. So we're going to be using that space to sort of tell that story and what it meant to have a sort of a community gathering space centered around food and drink. So that'll be on October 5th. And then on October 19th, we're bringing back for the 4th year Pumpkin Fest. It's sort of all things fall and all things pumpkin. Again, we're partnering with the local Kiwanis Club. They have their pumpkin patch on our front lawn, and we'll be hosting a variety of fall events, some reenactments, some other activities, pumpkin decorating. It's really just a celebration of the fall and sort of a kicking off of the fall season. And then shortly after that, we have the train show, which I think is probably our most well-known event. We have our big model train display that will be up from day after Thanksgiving through mid-January. So those are the really big things coming up. We'll have obviously associated programming around that, but those are the three big things that we're kind of hoping that people can join us for. And like I said, there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
What do you think high schoolers' favorite part about Wilton's Historical Society is?
Oh, that's a great question. I suppose I should be asking you guys that. But, I think a high schoolers' experience with the Wilton Historical Society is very similar to anybody's experience. Everybody has sort of a personal connection, kind of going back to the exhibit I was talking about earlier. Everybody has a personal connection with the town's history and where they see themselves. I mean, for example, I have so many Wilton High School soccer players come in and see our Christine Lilly jersey, being the famous soccer player who went to Wilton High School, and we have a bunch of objects from her, and people like seeing that right away. We have musicians that are interested in Dave Brubeck, the jazz musician, or we have people who are just interested saying, who lived in my house 200 years ago, and I'd love to know, who owned my property. So it really is, I don't think there's a way to say high schoolers enjoy this. It's depending on what everybody's interests are and sort of what they can connect with, because I think there is something for everybody.
Well, that was great. Thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap wrap it up.
Yeah, I hope people find their way to the Historical Society. We have so much going on. I think we're really trying to make it a place for everyone to come and experience. Whether you're new to Wilton, whether you've lived here for 200 years, whether you don't care about history at all, this is our shared past, and I think it's what helps us better understand where the town is going. The town's changing all the time, and we need to understand sort of where we've come from to understand where we're going. So I hope the Historical Society is both a place for fun, but also a resource for people, and people can make of it what they want to and get out what they want to. So I hope to see the entire town, that we're a resource and we're a place for them to belong and feel like they're part of the community.
I will definitely be stopping by. Thank you so
Excellent.
much for coming.
Thank you.